Hello there, Capricorn, and welcome to your reading. Today we're seeing what portals are opening up for you and what other activations are being highlighted for you at this time. This reading will resonate for all Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs. And let's get right into it and see what we've got for you today. We have the underworld portal opening up for you guys. Time to dig deep here, folks. The underworld is your invitation to unlock ideas, feelings, energies, things that have been hidden, things that are buried deep. The underworld calling you a cool, nice, quiet, and calm place. You can find insights here. You can charge and recharge your energy here. Attune to the wisdom of the earth and the wisdom that is inside of you. So if you have, some of you may be drawn to um, earth energy, not just earth energies, not just earthly realms here. We're talking like exploration. Right. So, if you go camping or something, or maybe you go to Mexico, you might be drawn to caves and unexplored territory and unexplored terrain. Um, maybe if you're out hiking and, you see kind of like weird and cool formations out there, you may be drawn to those right now because those are very linked to the earth, but they're also kind of drawing you into that which is normally not explored. So it's a pretty cool energy. But whether it's external, something out in the earth, or internal, something inside of you, it's about calibration. It's about attuning to those frequencies of being grounded, being connected with Mother Earth, and, kind of bringing out, recognizing the cycles in life, right? I mean, you are an earth sign, so you're probably drawn to some of these things anyway: the forest, the trees, unexplored things, mysterious outcroppings in the rock, things like that, right? So, but it is a time of connection and healing. But if you do get a chance, spend some time either visiting a cave of some kind. It may or may not have water with it. Or spending some quiet time out in the woods, or even just standing barefoot in some grass can really help you. So it's kind of like bringing you down to earth and really connecting you, right, in a really, really positive way. And maybe it's just something, especially if you've been feeling a little disconnected, discombobulated, maybe you've been sucked into a rabbit hole of news cycles and things like that. Bring it back in, rein that energy back in, right? Connect with that earth. Super important for you guys because you can open the door, open the portal to new beginnings, to seeing things differently, or even just having that calm, centered energy within you. We have sunset. Look, we've got another cave with water. So cool. Now, sunset energy, that of course is when the sun goes down. There's something in the darkness here for you, or something like in the later evening, nighttime energies that are really here for you, that are really activating you in some way. Now, perhaps, sunset is where we wind things down, right? It's the end of our day and we grab a glass of wine, or we sit on the couch, or we, maybe kind of, watch TV or read a book, or maybe sit outside in the forest. And it's a time of, should be a time of a little bit more calm and peace. We let go of some energies of our day, right? Something that begins, our day and begins, and it comes to an end. So whether this is just a message for you, and an opening and an opportunity for you to slow down and enjoy the moment, right? Slow down and take in the beauty of your surroundings, the beauty of Earth, right? Some of you may have just been kind of so busy and so focused on your material world things, your money, your careers, things like that. And we've got to stop every once in a while. Again, it's like It's like these doors are opening for you, inviting you in to embrace something deeper, something more grounded, something that is more of a connection with you and your world. But the sunset energy can also indicate that there's something in your life, something significant that may be winding down, maybe coming to a close, coming to an end. Now, it could be a chapter, right? It could be a chapter in your life. It could just be a cycle in your life. So if you've been, kind of struggling for a while, this chapter is coming to an end. Okay. If you are in a relationship or if you've been working on a project, something here, it's like I'm, kind of figuring out that something needs to run its natural course, right? So you might be putting the finishing touches on something. So, in this energy, right, sometimes we do need to take some time to make a decision. Sometimes we need to slow things down a little bit so that we can heal, we can let go of things, we can see the beauty and the magic start to come alive again in the world, in the earth. So this sunset can bring you some magical energies, some calm and some peace. Same with the underworld, right? Calm and peace. So rocks and caves and the setting sun, the forest, the grass, being grounded, all these things can really be something you're drawn to right now, or in the very near future. It's like, I just feel better, right? But if there's something that deep down needs to come to an end, this is kind of in this sunset moment. If you ever stood outside and just watched the sunset, even if you're going through a rough time or you're trying to make difficult decisions, we tend to be a little more at peace in that energy. I mean, the sunrise is beautiful as well. We're not going to discount that. Okay. But the sunset, right? As the sun sets, where do you see something closing? Where do you see yourself leaving something behind? Where do you see yourself healing and letting it go as the setting sun? If you do watch the sunset, you may even find that little green glow, little flash. Very rare, very magical. Let's get some more cards. All right. Ooh, there we go. There's your card. That one couldn't wait to come out. We have Star Gathering. This card has come out a couple of times already. The stars aligning for you is a beautiful, beautiful energy. I feel like with this card keeping on coming out, I feel like it's kind of, how do I want to say it? It's guiding people home, if that makes sense to you, because it is an energy, it is an activation. Yes, stars aligning for you, right? Things are coming into focus for you. Things may be coming to fruition for you, right? You may be feeling more connected, right? And that could be actually where some of this grounding energy over here is coming from, right? Because you're being called to the light in some way. Okay. Things are just kind of the connection with, with spirit, the universe, your angelic realm, whatever it is, it's becoming easier and more profound. And so that you don't kind of float away, right? We need to be grounded, right? So this could be that connection here, is that you're being encouraged, you're being told to be in this grounding kind of energy so that you don't feel discombobulated, disconnected from reality and float away, right? Because you're connecting on a much higher level, a much higher plane. But this is also about a gathering of people, because yes, stars aligned, but it's also about remembering who you are, remembering where you came from, remembering something from your past or something from your past lives. You don't necessarily need to know the details. You remember the connection, right? And with your soul family, this is bringing out your soul family. So we do, we do know, we've been, hearing about it for a number of years, but very much in, 2026, right? And, because this is a year where, yes, there's a lot of changes, there's a lot of crazy, wild stuff going on, but this is a year of incredibly unique astrology. Okay. And it doesn't matter if you don't see this video in 2026, maybe you see it, a year or 2 or 5 down the road. Doesn't matter. This is a turning point. This is a tipping point. This is where this shift is starting to become more and more apparent. People are gathering. The people are getting their power back, taking back their power, right? Using their voices, using their energy for a better world. You see more and more people years ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, good Lord, 30 years ago, right? People in my line of business right here, it was a lot more in the shadows. There's some fringe elements to it, right? But a lot more in the shadows. And now it's all coming out. Now, yes, there's, the influencer types, okay, where it's all about style and whatever. They memorize something off of, AI or something like that, make something pretty. Somehow it ends up going viral, right? And then you get the real practitioners, right? But there's more and more people being drawn to astrology and tarot and, the mysteries of the universe and, all these things. I remember when The Secret came out, jeepers, I was in I was in my almost mid-20s, I think, right? And we all know The Secret by now, but that came out a long time ago. Um, but it's like it's made a resurgence. And because people are shifting and you're being drawn into the fold. Some of you might be leaders because you are natural born leaders, but maybe you're just the architects of it as well because you love making a plan and you love a goal, right? So you might be the down to earth architects of things, right? Where, you can actually, have some grounding effect on people, but you are a source of knowledge. And so this can be really beautiful, right? A really beautiful energy. But some of you may be drawn to the sky at this moment. Maybe you're drawn to astrology. This can be a great time to get a tarot or astrology reading. Okay. Looking up at the stars, as much as your portals are opening here on the earth, right? There's also a portal opening for you in the sky, right? So sit outside at night, look at the stars, look at the planets, right? Venus, Jupiter, two are the easiest ones to see a lot of times, right? You can see Orion's belt, right? Hiding behind Orion's belt might be your starseed people that you are connecting to, right? We've got the Pleiadians hiding behind there, right? The seven sisters. Maybe it's Sirius that you're feeling connected to, but there's something connecting you and bridging the gap between the earth and the stars. And you might not understand it right now, but capture the energy, capture the feeling. Go look at the stars, look at the clouds in the sky, right? Connect with stones, earth, water, and you can feel how they all interconnect. So there could be some deep, profound messages coming in there for you. Let's keep going. It's a really beautiful, thank you, really beautiful reading here, you guys. Really beautiful energies opening up. And then, of course, the Five of Swords comes out of the deck. All right. But at the back of the deck, we've got the Two of Cups coming together, people coming together in friendship, in harmony, soulmate energy, attraction, companionship, right? Partnership, connecting with people from the same ilk, from the same realm, right? Your soul family, Two of Cups. We do have the Five of Swords flying out there. We've got the Mentor. There's your ascension energy right there, and the Eight of Swords. Don't overthink this. here, guys, okay? We do have the Five of Swords. Now, the Five of Swords can be conflict. It can be a struggle. It can be some aggression. It can be energy of feeling defeated. It can be miscommunication and, things like that. But we've got the Eight of Swords over here also. And this can be about being restricted or feeling restricted. It can be indecisive energy. It can be, falling into our fears, into that trap, right? It can be feeling powerless, right? But then we've got the Mentor right here in the middle. And the Mentor is the Hierophant energy. And it is about faith and belief. It is about connecting with a higher source, with a higher power, upgrading or shifting or amalgamating your belief systems in a positive way. This can be about a guide or being guided, right? So this is, a very big energy coming in, and I feel that, your Five of Swords, Eight of Swords energy is what is being cleared out, right? Overthinking, overanalyzing, thinking too much. Communication is a great thing. Our minds are wonderful things, but sometimes we overanalyze things. We obsess about things, Capricorn, right? And what we need to do is open our mind, open our energy, and allow this beautiful, beautiful portals to open and connect, right? This Two of Cups right here, connection. Connection in a beautiful, beautiful, harmonious way. But that Two of Cups is also about balance, right? The balance of energies between the earth and the sky, between human and spirit, right? And so we do need to connect with both. We do need to find that balance of energies. And then we feel more solid and stable. We feel like things come together easier. We don't feel like we're overcompensating somewhere, right? Because things are in harmony. So some of you here, you may be seeking out a practitioner of some kind. Again, because we've got the mentor, right? Mentor can be a person of faith and belief, a person of spirit. It can be a spirit guide, right? In in that you can connect with. Right now, they're calling you. Okay, they're calling you. They're trying to connect with you. With the Five of Swords, the Eight of Swords, you're not hearing them, right? So again, in this energy over here, the sunset energy, right? This portal of letting something go, right? Of embracing some magic and beauty, being at peace. When we're at peace and we're not overthinking, overanalyzing, we're not blocking things out, right? We're just open to spirit. Then we can hear the messages. We can understand the messages. We don't need them spoken. They're just there. But we also are feeling a little more connected. Let's get some more cards. Ooh, thank you. Let's see what flew out here. Got the sun. Look at that. We've got the sun. The sun and the sunset. How beautiful is that? Got the Seven of Pentacles. The Page of Wands. Knight of Wands. King of Swords. Look at this growth. We've got the Nine of Pentacles at the back of the deck as well. The Nine of Pentacles is taming your anxieties and fears. It's a calm energy. It's one of abundance and independence and success on our own terms, on our own level. It's one of treating yourself well, focusing on yourself and your goals and knowing that you can attain whatever you set your mind to. So the Nine of Pentacles, beautiful energy. You might be at this time seeing sevens and twos. All right. We've got the Seven of Pentacles. The Sunset card is number 7. Underworld is 27. And we've got the Two of Cups here as well. Okay. So twos and sevens. Twos, balance, harmony, partnerships, decisions, options, Okay. Sevens can be very spiritual energy, a spiritual number, right? We've got 7 days in a week, right? And, you know, the seventh day is where we rest, we find at peace, we find calm, right? Um, Sevens can be very much connected with spirit, with your spiritual realm, because we've already done a lot of work, a lot of busy work. But sevens can also maybe even be lucky for some of you. We do have three of them. Okay. So yeah, twos and sevens, in whatever order, whether they're just repeated by themselves or whether they're in combination, they may be making themselves known to you right now. We do have the sun. So the sun is our biggest energy coming out, other than our mentor, our Hierophant energy. So look on the bright side, gain clarity and insight. I do feel that you are going to, um, get some messages, but then figure out what they mean. Um, but I also feel like you've got some exciting journey ahead of you. You've got things that you are going to accomplish. You've got the Seven of Pentacles there. This can be a time of harvest. We've got the Page of Wands, the Knight of Wands, right? You're on a quest, going on an adventure, going exploring, going traveling, enjoying your journey. Things are about to speed up for you, especially if they've been a little bit stagnant, right? And then we've got the King of Swords, can be a very important person you're communicating with, but it can also be you mastering some communication, mastering your mind, right? And, really feeling like you're feeling connected and in a really good place, right? Awesome energy for decisions. The King of Swords has clarity, a sense of focus, and is awesome at communication and making decisions, right? So I feel like here that, you're going to have some fun. You're going to enjoy your journey. Something's opening up for you here, whether it's spiritual, whether it's in your material world, probably a combination of both, right? Because that's how things go. We've got balance coming in here as well. But I think there might be a couple of exciting people that you might meet on your journey. Again, we've got your soul family here. So maybe you find someone online. You might find someone in person, might be more your cup of tea. You might just start to have some interesting conversations with people, and open up to something fun, something exciting, something interesting, and interesting people as well. But the sun does represent success. Of course, the sun comes out twice for you here, kind of, right? Because we do have the sunset. But this can bring you energy and growth, and maybe even in ways that are a little bit unexpected for you. But you got some beautiful energies coming out here, Kepi. Let's get your final message. The Chamber of Soul Gifts. Look at that. Absolutely gorgeous. Another portal opening for you. Now, the chamber cards in this deck, it's like kind of like coming home to who you are, coming home to who you're meant to be, coming home to what you're meant to embrace or what is activating within you. When you came to this earth, we are all spiritual beings, right? We're all spiritual souls having a human experience. Some of our experiences and our soul contracts are harder than others. Some are more mystical and magical. Some of you are just here to live your best life and have fun because you've already been here a number of times. You're an old soul, right? And you've done all the hard stuff, and now you're like, I'm just here to live my good life, right? But here, some of you are meant to discover something. You're meant to discover your gifts. Now, what are your gifts? They can be spiritual gifts. They can be gifts of healing, gifts where you're meant to lead or guide or mentor other people in some way. But when you find your gift and when it's shown to you and you connect with it, right? Again, we've got the Page of Wands, we've got the Knight of Wands, we've got the King of Swords. Your journey, the evolution is quick, it's fast, and you master your skills pretty quickly. So what gift is here for you? It doesn't have to be a spiritual gift. It can be something, maybe you're meant to work with animals, right? Maybe you're meant to help people heal. Maybe you're meant to help people explore the earth and the world. Who knows, right? Whatever it is, the Chamber of Soul Gifts. either embrace the gifts that you already know you have, dig deeper, feel more connected, or walk through this portal and discover what lights you up and what makes you shine. There's something very special coming in here for you. Those are your messages, Capricorn. I'm going to leave those there. I do hope there was something that clicked for you here in this reading. Sometimes we unpack it in a little while. You're meant to understand when the time is right for you. But I do thank you for watching. And if you did just enjoy your reading, please hit the thumbs up button. They just changed those, by the way. And it no longer has a thumbs up with like beside it. It's just a thumbs up or a thumbs down. So I myself had accidentally clicked thumbs down because they're squishy. So please click the thumbs up. That would be much better. But I do thank you guys for watching. I really hope that something magical here is, guiding your path and lighting you up. And don't be afraid to let me know what that is. But I thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.